Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Let's jump into it. Let's dial into it here today. It was a fine day in the markets, and Relentless Trader gave it a valiant attempt, but ultimately he's not going to finish where he wanted to. I gave it a good shot, guys. I gave it a good shot, and I took a lot of losses. And at one point, I got a little too aggressive. We'll talk about these trades. And for those of you who have seen Marcelo's recap, there's an identical trade that Marcelo and I took. And so we'll talk about that halt setup on OCEA. AMAM, let's talk about this one first. Now, I believe this was the second string stock of the day. And so initially my attention was on the other one, right? And opportunity cost. Time that you're spending trading one stock is time that you're not spending trading the other one. And that's what happened here. And so at AMAM early on, I was not focused on it, and so I missed a lot of opportunities, right? Pullback entries right here around 508, and even other entries here as we made a move all the way up to 567. So it had a nice flag. We broke out, right? These pullbacks here are textbook pullbacks, and it was a bit of a grinder at times, but if you're watching at it and you're in low, you could position yourself to hold and then sell higher. So AMAM, not bad. It was a little choppy at times. We know when these stocks start going crazy, they can, give some bottoming wicks, rather topping wicks, and things can get a little dicey. But that's the normal, that's the usual, that's to be expected. So right here around 10:30, we can see it tried for high of day a couple of times, didn't quite get there. Came down, consolidated, bit of a bear flag, right, and then broke higher, which was nice to see. And after consolidating, this one was tough. Discord, we spoke about this, and how sometimes, man, it only takes a second, because if you're in here, and this looks pretty good. It looks like it's holding well. Another tight flag. Oh, hold on. Let me get my drawing skills a little bit better here. Right, there we go. We got the pole down here. So the way how this is looking is that we're going to hold 605, right? We're going to hold 605, this trend line going across, and this is going to go up. Let's get our green color here. This is going to go. We can even zoom in a little bit. This is what we want to see off of this move, right? Is a nice big green candle like this. Can we rip like that instead of going down, of course? And trading is risky. The risk is always on the other side of the trade. And unfortunately, it pulled back right there, pulled back pretty hard. If we pull up the show trades, you guys will see that, I attempted some entries. So as the other stock was halted, I would switch over, try to, get involved. But this is the type of stock that you need to be laser focused on and watching through and through if you're going to if you're going to connect and capture all the moves. So I was in on this candle here that sold off a bit around 17, came up for a small loss, and then again that bigger drop off is going to happen over here. All right, hold on, yeah, right here. So I missed the power hour move when I came. It's so sad. I was working on some reels for Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and by the time I came back, the opportunity was done. This is about 20 minutes of opportunity from 3:15 to 3:30. 3:10. Yeah, 3:10. So I missed out there. It's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. If I did see it early, even if I saw it in this consolidation here, I think I could have done well, because this candle was this candle was massive. It halts, it dips, it rips, and then sells off. So I could have caught another opportunity there, but can't catch them all. Okay, moving on to OCEA. OCEA, guys, we'll have to pull up the archives. Let's see. Quite the stock. But as it got extended, and you guys will see, a lot of traders will probably be saying this as well. It's like once this got over 14 for me, I thought it became too risky. Anything before 14, in my opinion, was good money. Everything here was just, the only way I'd be in here is if I'm holding shares from low and selling. It's not even good. From what I saw throughout the years and what I keep seeing, is that it's not good to just hold this with a big position with a high average. because, you know, ultimately we don't know where this is going to go. Blue skies were in effect over 1422, but, you know, are we going to go, if we look at the bottom left here, are we going to go to 20, 26, 40, 50? We've seen it's unknown, right? We've seen some go to 60, then give a $30 a share drop. We've seen some go to 140 and then give a $70 drop. You just don't know. So I prefer to be, if I'm going to hold this, I need to be in selling, 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 so to the point where even if it gives like a big drop, I can't lose. But if you're in high and you're going to say, let me hold and see how far this goes, this is the risk. What goes up must come down, even if it's HKD and it goes to 2,500. And that's the hope that some people will have when they get into this home run mentality, which is to, hey, let me see if this is going to go to 100, if this is going to go to 50. But we just don't know. And if you don't position yourself properly, you run the risk of being in high. Because imagine if you FOMO'd in at 22, you know, 5,000 shares. You know, you're up probably like, you know, 25 grand. But then if you didn't sell anything, you know, just like that, it goes from now green to red 50 grand. You know, just like that, in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. So we must be careful. We must manage risk. And so let's look at the trades that I took on this one. I do have a bunch of level 2 even after when I left and stopped trading, but we'll look at what happened here as I was you know. And again, for those of you who want to see the raw live footage, of course, everything will be posted for the MMU students. For those of you on YouTube, I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek. I don't always show archives, but, you know, for this example, we will. Again, Marcelo already went over this type of trade, right? So there's something very specific that we're looking for, right? Is this the right day? No, hold up, wrong day here. I wonder if I uploaded this to YouTube. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if let's see. So we have our wedge, right? Let's start the sequence right here. We got our wedge, and guys, it's unfortunate for me, man. I took a loss. I took a loss at some point. Actually, we can go back some more. We'll come back to this trade. Let's go back some more. Today should have been a 2K day minimum for me. Minimum. It is a little frustrating at times when I know, and you know, it's funny because in pre-market, if you guys go back and listen, I said this stock looks like the type of stock that could go back to all-time highs. The way how it's fresh on this daily chart, you know, not much recent history. This could potentially curl back to 14, and I said if it does, more than likely today will be a record-setting day. And it was so close to being that type of 3-4K day for me. All right, let's walk through the fine line of trading right now. Here we go. So resumption, boom. We resume at 8:12. We were halted at 7:47. Where did Marcelo get long? For those of you who saw that live recap, 776. Where's Relentless gonna be long? Take a guess. Boom, 775. Coming out over $8. Guys, a dip and rip out of these halt resumptions, I tell you. Dips. Can we get the rip? It does. There's 15, so I'm selling around. I thought I sold at 23. We can check the fills. Let's check the fills here, right? Time of day, by the way, 42. And I'm gonna proceed to then have losing trades, which I never like in that type of situation. So I'm in at 75, and I'm out at 804. Guys, that's a great trade. You know, what is that? 29 cents, 30 cents, absolutely lovely. Now, what I expected was continuation, right? So we make the move back to 8. We hit 804, and you know, it's a little early. I bought a little early. Looking back at it, right? Boom, there's the move. I'm out. I'm in at 88. Support is around the 75 area, and you can see I'm buying higher. I'm not really buying at 75. I'm buying 90, 88, trying to get the break back through $8, but it didn't go right away. So I eased off. I believe it came down, or did we keep going here? I think it came down. It's hard to remember exactly. But you know, it's like we're holding that 75 area, and there we go, it takes off. Watch this trade here. This trade, man, so it breaks, what, man, I tell you guys, the fine line. It breaks over 8. So because I tried it twice, right? I tried twice, 88, 94, didn't go. I'm taking losses, I ease off. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it go, but can we hold above the whole dollar? There's 34. Watch the bids. 15, 15, 20. Watch, it's gonna come down to 04. 6, 5. Boom. I'm watching at the bid right here. I'm not looking at the ask, and I hit market. The moment I see it coming down, boom, Relentless Traders buying, and in my eyes, I'm thinking, I'm not looking at the ask in this exact moment, but I'm assuming the ask is like at like, you know, 812, 813, 810, and I'm thinking that I'm getting filled between 5 and 10. But that's not the case, and look at what Thinkorswim is going to do here. You know, you guys know Thinkorswim. Watch this fill on the ask here. I'm in at 22. And you can see how the bid bounces up almost immediately. And I'm in at 22. My aim was to buy it below 10. So immediately right here, I start to feel uncomfortable. And I do not look to hold it, because anytime I'm in high, my rule is to sell immediately. Try and get out scratched, because you're not in where you want it to be. And watch this. I'm going to get out simply because of that. And I'm going to miss the trade. So I sold around 30. I sold at 30 already. If I'm in low, I would hold, and I'd be selling right here at 50. It's the smallest things, man. I tell you. And it's not gonna dip again here. I don't think it is. We're gonna keep pushing new highs. If it pulls back below 30, I'd buy. Are we? I can't remember. Well, did it pull back? I can't remember. But anyhow, it's already, I missed the trade. So yeah, we can skip ahead. All right. It just kept going, man. It kept going, and then it pulled back. So we had a bigger pullback here. And that's the thing with the trades. It's like if the pullback doesn't come down immediately, then it starts to make less sense to take. And in fact, I think I took a loss here, because I'm watching. I might have took 20. Let's see. I think I did. Yeah, because I was up 647. It's going to come down lower than expected. 50, 40, 26, 20, 20, 20, 20. I saw 8. I'm like, okay, 8 should be enough. But this is failing right now. I'm in at 803. So I bought it even lower than I thought. And if I'm in right here, I'm looking for an immediate bounce, because it's a panic flush kind of a trade. It doesn't really bounce. I'm going to try it again. This was over trading here. This I should have avoided. I'm going to buy it lower, and I think I'm going to get caught, because it right here needed to bounce back to 30. So sometimes when you're watching the sequence, right, the way of the symphony of how the stocks are playing out, it's like if you read the note wrong, or you get carried away and you ignore something, or you overlook something, boom, the losing trade sneaks up on you. Because really and truly, there's this song that's being played. There's this story that's being told. And if you're reading in between the lines, you know where to buy and where to sell. Anyhow, so I took a loss there, getting carried away. It pulls back to 55, which was a daily level. And at this point, I didn't know if I wanted to trust it, but it started inching back up. It started inching up, and I reduced my size here because I thought it was more prone for a false breakout. I'm watching at it over 20, over 30. So I had a lot of great trades, but with small size as well. In at 29, out quickly 35 area. Back in at 24. There's 44. That's a 20-cent trade. So again, a lot of great trades, but with smaller size. And, it's for the right reasons. I think it's more likely to give a false breakout here. I don't fully trust it. I'm back in the 32. I believe I'm going to sell this one flat and get in lower. Oh, maybe higher. It didn't pull back there. So I'm in at 38. I'm trying here because I think it's going to go through the highs at 50. And then retest high of day at 70. That's a great fill there at 33 as the spreads opened up a bit. I'm trying because I think it's going to break out. I'm trying. I'm waiting for more green. I should have been in at 25 holding though. That would have been the better entry here. When you go back and watch it live, it makes more sense, So it doesn't quite go. It pulls back and there's $8. I think we ended up holding 790 here. So you see how many times I'm up between 4 and 600, right? And I'm gonna start to push 800 and then go back down 4 and then over and over again. So watch this trade. It comes back up. I'm watching at it. The 1 minute candle makes the new high. I'm like, okay, I want to see a little bit more buying. See, the moment I'm in, the move is happening is because I'm watching for the volume spike to come in. And it's like this force that I'm seeing building up into the level 2. And then boom, I'm in. And you got to be quick. If not, you could be filled high. Some people are already in 25 just trying to see if it hold longer, see if it'll go. So I'm in at 48, out at 83. Back in at 81 right here. I thought it was going to get halted up. And I'm like, I'm going to hold into the halt. And throughout this entire sequence, we came down hard. I took the loss. And I didn't trust it well enough to use size again. And so all these trades, 40-cent trade, is with 500 shares as opposed to 1,800. 40 cents on 500 versus 40 cents on 1,800 is a huge difference, right? What is it? 50 cents would be 250. So, we're making about 220, 230. 1,800 shares, 50 cents would be 900. We'd probably be making like $750. So that trade would have been a $750 trade if I'm to be using my 1,800 shares that I was using earlier. And when I do size up here, it's a little extended. It gets a little bit more crazy. I'm going to take losses with the bigger size. So, and it's funny because today we said it in the morning that some people prefer to keep one share size because of this reason. But it's how I manage risk. And, I like it. I like doing it this way. But unfortunately, there are days where I get the bigger winners with the smaller size. You guys have seen me get 50-cent winners with big size. The stock just never had given a false breakout. So I was more comfortable to use big size versus this big red candle that came in there. So, there we are. And the halt is going to come. And this is where I'm going to make my first poor decision of the day. Well, maybe let's say second, because we bought this brick red candle way too low when it already was showing a little too much weakness, right? So this is going to be my second, let's call it mistake. This is going to be my second mistake on this resumption here. Look at what's happening. 200 EMA at 993. We're halted at 940. We're only a couple cents away with how this stock has range. And I'm going to attempt to dip and rip into resistance, which was a bad idea. I'm up 884 right now. I'm going to lose like $400 here. Boom. It opens up at 951. Now the 200 EMA is literally 10 cents away. I should have left this trade alone. It pushes up to, hold on, let's let it play. It pushes up to 78, 80. It pulls back slightly around 60. I buy. It was too aggressive. So watch this. Just such a bad trade, man. That was a poor trade. So easily avoidable. You know what that was? That was aggression. That was me wanting the stock to just go through 10. Whilst everything was saying relentless, be patient and wait for the next pullback. Easy to avoid. There wasn't even anything on level 2, really. There was just a hesitation there. There was no green, nothing. So easy trade to avoid if I'm in the game and not being too aggressive. Again, you can't be too high, you can't be too low. And then, so it does this huge bottoming wick, which, you know, if we look back at previous high of day, it essentially was previous high of day. And then over 950 right here. So after I take the loss, I kind of ease off. I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I'm in tune with the stock again. But if you never take those losses, you can just continue to be on the gas, continue to be aggressive by just doing what you're supposed to be doing and following the rules that work. Not trading into the 200 EMA like a madman. Break of 50 happens right here. How's it going to do? Are we holding? And you can see I'm not, like, I should be trying at this level right here. It's like I'm not as aggressive as I need to be. You know, I buy it a little higher, and this is where you can start to make mistakes. I'm watching 50 area because it seems like it might be holding high 40s. I think I get a good trade here, I think. That fear, I can see the fear without even seeing myself because I'm not buying aggressive. Like, man, disappointing, man. That loss made me a little bit more cautious, and now I'm missing trades. You see this? Exactly how the first area was, where I was like trying, in, out. That's exactly what I needed to be doing there, because at that point it started to look like it now wanted to break the 200. Look at the fundamentals of what we're seeing here on the chart, right? Okay, topping tail into bottoming wick, and which candle looks bigger and better? Look at volume here versus volume here. Look at how much bigger this wick is versus this wick. It's the signs now just saying simply, hey, it looks like it wants to go, versus where I was trying to buy and lost that mental capital of aggression. And those are the small things, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and we can wrap it up here. It kept going. I took some more dip and rips, but got distracted with AMAM and then missed some trades, missed some resumptions. Yeah, so the MMU guys will have all the you know, access to it. But yeah, quick look for those of you on YouTube. Man, like 2, 3, 4K day gone, you know, in the blink of an eye. Just for small things. And also today I said I was going to use a little bit more size. I you know, not doing a good job right now at share size. With this stock, I think I could have easily used 3,000 shares and gotten the same fills. So, you know, we need to step up the share size. We need to step up the share size. It's the only way. It's the only way we can get to our goal. So while $600 is good on the day, we can do better, and we will do better. Tomorrow we will be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, check out those links down below for, of course, the course MMU, for Momo Pro, for the Discord, which is our chat room, and for the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and so forth. It's been RT with a bit of a longer recap, and I am signing out. Hit that thumbs up. Tomorrow we'll be back bright and early at 9 a.m. sharp, all right?